It's time for a death battle!
Rewritten.
Asura.
And there's Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball.
By tapping into his wrath, Asura can take many forms for battle, like the six-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will and the source of the Goma, Vlitra. Too angry to die. So long as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks to some coaxing from a strange golden spider, he did just that, with an all-new purpose in mind. And through his rage, Asura's power exploded, rising enough to throw giants like ragdolls, shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wizen,
who could dwarf the planet and wreck it with just a finger. Look at this!
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with mantra to fly, harden his fists to break steel, fire explosive energy blasts,
and headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest of foes. And when he goes unlimited mode, he can rapid-fire those super attacks without overheating.
To unleash his berserker aura.
You know how the gods were sacrificing thousands of people to power up? Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years.
Even in berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch so much angry mantra he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face in. Just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst, then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms. His mantra form, finally, a power capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting blast.
Enter the mantra reactor. Capable of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura instead used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, Asura could show the world his real colors. Unbound by his past limits, Asura's ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated whole stars.
Chakravartin was, understandably, impressed. Paragus molded Broly into a deadly warrior whether he liked it or not. Like most Saiyans, Broly can harness Ki, or one's inner life force, as an energy to enhance his physicality.
Or fire it from his hands in a super laser beam!
Broly's bread and butter is his eraser cannon, a green fastball that'll cross thousands of miles in seconds and vaporize planets.
He can barf lasers with his gigantic roar, shower the landscape with blaster meteor, or just straight murder people with his gigantic orgasm.
Gigantic Omega Storm. His most powerful technique, though, is a small Ki bolt that Broly can feed to rapidly grow in size and consume entire worlds. The Omega Blaster.
Broly's arsenal isn't just blowing stuff up, though. He can use his Ki for flight, telekinesis, and paralysis.
He's an adaptable fighter who can match seasoned veterans.
Basically, he learns as he fights. And while most Saiyans get stronger every time they almost die, the Bromeister's strength is tied to his emotions. AKA, the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets.
These power boosts are so great, he can match transformations like the Super Saiyan without even needing to transform.
But don't worry, he can do that too. His wrath state roids him up and makes him as strong as a Saiyan great ape without all the fur.
Although Broly didn't turn into a typical Super Saiyan.
You're welcome.
Broly's new form was actually a Super Saiyan C type.
The Super Saiyan Vitamin C form has the perfect energy control and let him wail on Frieza for over an hour.
Broly's power was so immense, it even made Goku of all people turn tail and run.
Goku was able to clash with Lord Beerus with enough force to potentially destroy all of Universe 7, a humongous cosmic structure shown in this symbolic model.
Making the Dragon Ball universe 9 times larger than our own. Based on this, the shockwaves from their clash propagated 240 quadrillion times faster than light.
And after that, Goku became that powerful in his base form. Imagine how much stronger he was at Super Duper Pooper Scooper Saiyan.
Or when fused with Vegeta into the almighty Gogeta, a being many times more powerful than the sum of his parts.
Broly got into a dick measuring contest with a friggin' Super Saiyan squared and shattered reality.
And at the peak of his rage, he became the Warrior of Myth, destined to appear once every 1,000 years. The legendary Super Saiyan.
As a broccoli-haired freak, legendary Broly's power is so great that he needs to constantly let it out or else he might self-destruct.
He's easily among the strongest foes Goku's gone up against. That includes beings capable of shaking an infinite void just by powering up, or merging with the universe and affecting alternate timelines.
In his original timeline, the Brawls survived his energy exploding out of him all at once, and in canon he took dozens of attacks from Gogeta Blue without any visible damage after fighting for hours.
His power comes at a cost, though. In his berserker state, Broly is wide open against an opponent who's just as strong, but far more skilled.
And after taking enough damage, his rage will hit its limits, and his power will fizzle out quick. He can even get knocked into weaker forms.
Broly did lose his fight with Gogeta fair and square.
Nebulas dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light.
It even made Goku, of all people, turn tail and run.
Goku was able to clash with Lord Beerus,
Propagated 240 quadrillion times faster than light.
and after that, Goku became that powerful in his base form. Imagine how much stronger he was at Super Duper Pooper Scooper Saiyan. At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000 times. Hulk could destroy a universe 120 times over, while Goku could only manage a lowly 9.
But that was base Goku's strength. Broly's maximum, no pun intended, was far greater. Let's lay down some numbers.
As a legendary Super Saiyan, Broly was stronger than Super Saiyan Gogeta and took hits from Gogeta Blue without even bleeding.
With this in mind, legendary Super Saiyan Broly is thousands, possibly millions of times stronger than the world breaker we've seen. Even in berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
He can use his ki for flight, telekinesis, and paralysis.